Hello everybody, welcome back to the Observer, and today I am going to be showing you another character design that I'll be doing, inspired by another mundane thought. And the mundane thought is really just very mundane. I'll tell you all about it. So it just started out as me discovering this one anime on Netflix, and this anime it's quite nice actually. It's called the Unwanted Undead Adventurer, and I have been recently looking at a huge upsurge of just these animes where the main characters just sort of die and then they get reborn, but it's always sort of like real life / game related, and I thought it was just all of it just sounds lame. But this one, it's already set in a fantasy world, and there is no like weird UI, like computer game UI popping up all over the screen. This is just like, it's really masked as if it's Lord of the Rings or something. It's just like pure fantasy. It's like Berserk, like it's already set in the fantasy world, right? Like it's not taking someone from the modern world and throwing them into the fantasy world, which I think is just overused and lame. Like the first time I've seen like a trope like that begin, like I've never thought of it as cool. I just thought it was just lame. No, I'm not a fan of it. But this one's pretty cool, and the main character is very likable because this guy is just so nice to everybody. He tries to help everybody even though he's weak. He tries to make everybody be helped, be assisted, and if they're in trouble, he's always there, and he always brings people up like from when they were like noobs and then until they're super strong, because he's an adventurer but he's like weak and all that. But anyway, what happened to this guy is he got killed by a monster, right? And then towards the end, this is I think it's about episode 12. What's funny is after episode 12 was released on Netflix, I kept waiting for like a couple more weeks and there was just no new episodes. I thought my Netflix app broke or something, or they didn't update it, or like somebody's not working over there. But I googled the release date of episode 3. Turns out it doesn't even exist. I think it ended, season 1 ended at episode 12. So I thought it would be a good idea to paint this character right here. And this girl is inspired by the fact that the main character at the end of the season 1 turned out to have gray skin because he's a vampire, and they don't have any warmth on their skin, like they're all gray looking. And it was kind of cool how he had like a girl, like I don't know if it's probably not his girlfriend or something, but like really close friend, like air quotes. She already saw him as a human being because he looked like a human being even though he had red eyes and he had gray skin, because not many people have red eyes, right? Probably only albinos have red eyes, but like not like, especially combined with gray skin, I don't think anybody actually has gray skin unless you're an alien. Anyway, I thought it would be a cool idea to just like, hey, I think I'll make a character kind of like that, inspired by somebody that just straight up has gray skin. And here we are with this girl right here, and I'm going to be giving her red eyes and of course gray skin. I started out as usual. I started out with like a sketch. The sketch I kept, all of it I kept. I didn't delete any of the sketch. The sketch is sort of the line art 2 combined into one, because I quite like working that way. And then I put color underneath, and then once I've done all that, I put more color on top. That's just an easy way for me to work with, and I tried my best to just keep it all looking sort of monochrome. Monochrome is kind of like the brights all the way to the darks, but it's all one color. So in this case it's gray, but I did experiment here and there to give her a bunch of purples and reds and blues, because even though if she is completely gray, just straight up no saturation at all, no color at all, even though if she's gray, she would be living in this world, and this world is surrounded by light, surrounded by objects, and things reflect light, everything reflects light, and light is being reflected by everything. So she's, of course, inevitably going to end up with a bunch of colors on her skin, like whether she likes it or not, because that's just the way the world works. So I did add a bunch of purples and reds, and I did tried to experiment by adding lots of those, like lots of color, but it didn't really turn out looking all that well. I mean, it might have turned out quite well, but the theme that I'm trying to go for today is to just paint somebody with gray skin, right? And at the end, I just thought, you know what? Since this is supposed to be a painting of someone with gray skin, I thought I'd just like really cut down on the saturation, on the reds and the blues and the yellows and the pinks. I just like just do very minimal amounts of those to be able to call it passable as just like dynamic shadow, like dynamic lighting, but not really, like, because I still wanted her to look gray. And I quite liked how this one actually turned out. And I did initially end up giving her blue hair, and because the main character in the anime, he started out with blue hair, even though after he sort of like died and he became like a zombie, and all the way until he became a vampire, he still had like black/gray hair. And at first I thought it would have been a cool idea to give her blue hair, but then it sort of stood out too much because she's gray. She's just gray all over. So I changed my mind and I gave her black/gray hair instead. And also, if you haven't noticed, she's got those big ears, like Gollum ears. Oh, and I tried to make her posture look like Gollum, you know, like she's just squatting and she's got her like she's got her back hunched. I don't know if you can call it hunch or it's just arched, because she's like squatting like a ninja, you know, like, and she's looking back kind of like Gollum. And her back, I wanted her back to sort of look, at least the upper part, to look muscular, you know, like, so you can kind of tell. And also the shoulders are quite big. I wanted her to look like this sort of like zombie/ghoul/gargoyle type of monster, and she's just looking back at you like she's just awakened after dying because she's a vampire, and now she's a vampire and she's glaring at you and scare you away. But yeah, I guess that's about it about this character. Told you it was a very mundane thought. I just thought, gray skin seems like a cool idea. Here we go. Here's a person with a gray skin. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm gonna put some music, by the way, because this video I must have spent about 2 hours. I think it was about 2 hours in total, maybe about 2.5. But if I were to speed this up all the way down to like 7.5 minutes, it's just gonna be too fast to keep up with, right? So I think about 15 minutes should be enough. So I hope you enjoy this. Hopefully it was easy enough to follow along visually. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.